What's up, YouTube? Today I'm gonna be going over 7 crucial mistakes that hurdlers make. The first very common mistake that is ruining your hurdling speed is having no cut step or jumping over the hurdle, which is usually a combination of both. So right here, this is some old footage of me hurdling in my backyard. Right here you see, boom, plant right there. Look at how far in front of my body my foot is. That is crazy right there. Just boom, straight leg braking force, okay? It's gonna go vertically. You're gonna jump and you're gonna lose a whole bunch of speed. You're gonna land over the hurdle wrong. It's gonna just cause a whole bunch of problems. This is probably the biggest issue out of anything when you're trying to hurdle. The next common issue, which isn't specifically related to this, is staying upright over the hurdle. So you go through this hurdling motion and then look at how upright I am. Like, I'm making an effort to lean forward, but I'm relatively upright. I forgot to mention that the reason why you want to lean forward over the hurdle is to maintain your speed when you're going over the hurdle and to continue to accelerate. Next step, which is directly after this one, keeping the trail leg low. So watch my trail leg. So my trail leg is starting to go out over the hurdle, and I'm landing because I jumped over the hurdle because I had no cut step, and I still haven't landed yet, and I land. Look at where my knee is for my trail leg. It's literally like so incredibly low, it's crazy. You're not gonna get anywhere with that. Watch, another mini tip, which I didn't even include, is I land and then boom, you can see my lead foot still on the ground while I take my next step. I'm walking here. I'm literally walking. So that is something that you definitely don't want to see. I'm not even taking an actual step, which is going to make 3-stepping incredibly hard. Next big mistake is landing in front of yourself, which surprisingly I didn't do here. I landed pretty much right under my body, which is a miracle. But obviously it didn't help much because of how much I jumped. But sometimes you will see beginners landing out in front of themselves because they just don't know how to land over a hurdle. And definitely make sure your lead leg is under your body like it is right here, and there will be a better example after we get done with this terrible form over the hurdle. Next one, which is very important. So when you're landing over the hurdle, and this is a terrible example because I'm literally just landing, I'm not attacking, so I'm just waiting for the ground to come at me, which I can't even do anything about it because of how high it jumped. So typically you wouldn't want to obviously jump that high, and you would not land like that. You would attack, sweep your leg and attack back into the ground, propelling you forward so you can get as much distance as possible with that first step over the hurdle. And just to play this whole thing for you, this is in slow motion, but still gonna play it, show you how atrocious the form is. No cut step, going over the hurdle, 2 upright, knee so low, I'm walking here. It's terrible, and I'm just like struggling to do anything afterwards. I'm just jogging. Next mistake is, first, before I get into the mistake, I'll just play this whole thing out for you. It might look a little choppy. And there's that beautiful form. I'm obviously kidding. It's terrible. So, just going up to the hurdle. Yeah, it's gonna glitch out here for a second, and then I'm going. I'm assuming there's no cut step there. I just muscle it out, jump over the hurdle, and of course it cuts out a decently important part, and it just goes to this beautiful image of me. But what I'm trying to get at, look at my arms. Look at my arms, like even here. Look at them. I mean, like, there it wasn't bad. Like, there, honestly, that's decent arms right there. But then we get to here because I jumped over the hurdle. So it just throws everything off balance. I need to use my arms to stop myself from rotating. Like, my torso from rotating. So I need to use my arms and just I end up like that over the hurdle. All because I had no cut step and I just jumped over the hurdle. So I needed to use my arms to stop myself from rotating, something like that. That's what happens. It's terrible. This is horrible. And you're not going to fix it by, that's terrible. You're not going to fix that by just being like, okay, how about we just fix my arms? No, you're going to fix that by fixing the first step. The first step, cut step. Don't jump over the hurdle. If you jump over the hurdle, you're going to look like that. Alright, next video. Before I comment on what the issue is, I'm just going to play it out, see if you can spot what the issue is. It is not something that I've already mentioned. So we're going up to the hurdle. Boom, hurdle. Issue was when I was going over the hurdle. That's a good hint. Boom. It wasn't the fact that I hit the hurdle. We're going to go back. And I don't think this is a very common issue. I don't think I've ever seen anyone else do this, apart from myself. Pay attention to the trail foot. So, trail foot, the one that's right here. Obviously, there's a whole bunch of other stuff that's wrong, but this is the thing that I'm focusing on right now. Trail foot, trail foot. What is it starting to do? You know, wasn't great to see it right there, but like you could tell something's not right there. You can see it's like, what? So, let's look right here. I think we get a much better look at it right here. Apparently not. Okay. So, you see that? That is my foot. It's not supposed to look like that. My trail foot was going in instead of out. Make sure your trail foot is facing out, away from you. So, the final video I'm going to be using is what you should be doing, mostly. So, this is from my conference meet during this previous track season, which I ended up winning. It was a pretty good race. I didn't run the fastest time. It was just 15.98. Barely broke 16, but everyone else ran slow. It wasn't the greatest conditions that day. Anyways, I'm going to play it out for you in slow motion, and we'll see what... This is my coach right here. You know, I'm pretty invested. It's a good race. Right here you can see I'm pretty close with everyone. But over these last couple hurdles, this is always where I get everyone, I just start pulling away. My form, compared to everyone else, I'd say is much better. You can just see it. I'm getting a phone call. Anyways, hopefully you could have taken some from that short little slow-mo of this race. But we're going to do a little bit more of a deep dive on my form. So right here, let's start with the cut steps. So actually, let's go on the last hurdle because it's when we get the closest. So right here, watch my lead foot. Boom, right there. I'm pretty sure that's when I make contact. And my knees are close together, which is what you want. It could be cut stepping a little bit more. It's not perfect, but near the end of the race, I was getting a little fatigued, like ever so slightly, but it's not terrible. Then you see me going up, staying low, bending way over the hurdle. Perfect. Beautiful. What isn't the most beautiful thing, and what I'm trying to work on right now, is my lead arm. So my lead arm is straight, and it's just not ideal, in my opinion. It comes all the way out here. I want to keep that more in my opinion. That's the main thing that I'm trying to work on right now. So you see here as well, look at how high my trail knee was right here. So high. That is exactly how you want to have it. And then you just extend. That is beautiful, honestly. That's beautiful. So you see here, you can't see my toe, but it's obviously pointed outwards. And land, obviously, under my body, right here. I'm leaning forward a little bit. I think that's a decent lean. I wouldn't want to be leaning any more than that. And then landing under the body. So right here, you can't really... I was attacking towards the ground, obviously, but it's not like I was making an effort to do so. And it still worked out, you know. I got good step right after that. So you can see here there's airtime. That's what you want. You want to have a little bit of airtime after the first step. You don't want to be walking. So you can see here after that initial contact, boom, push off, and then I start sprinting. And that's exactly what you want. It's a little different after the 10th hurdle because now you're gonna be going all out for the finish line, which I'm not completely sure, honestly, how you should be finishing the race. Everyone's gonna be like leaning forward to get to the line as close as possible. I don't know if that's how you should be, you know, like technically if you're leaning forward, like you're landing in front of your body, so you're gonna have braking forces. So I think personally that's something I need to work on, and you just need to try to push the competition out of mind, stay upright, land under your body so you can continue to sprint with good speed through the finish line. Obviously, everything I did here was good enough to win me the race, so no complaints there. Although, going through it again, just one more recap. Cut step, lean. I don't know if I'm on every single thing, but cut step, lean. Right here, trail leg, trail knee, high, landing under the body, attacking back at the track. Arms are not too crazy, in my opinion. And, you know, the trail leg, the trail toe was facing out, not in. And I think that's everything. I mean, it comes more naturally to some people than others, and I would want to say that it's simple, but that's just because I've done it for a decent amount of time, and I've done a lot of research on this, but I don't know if I can call it simple. It's definitely an art that you need to learn. It's quite the skill. It's fun. It's just funny. I never realized how big my steps were with my trail leg. That's awesome. That is definitely something that I'm proud of, and that makes it so much easier to 3-step. So much easier. But anyways, that is the 7 crucial mistakes that the majority of beginners will make. If you did find this video helpful, there will be more content like this on this channel. I would appreciate it if you would subscribe, like the video, share it to anyone else who you think would benefit from this information. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one.